China has officially rolled out the first export-configured version of its newest fifth-generation stealth fighter, the J-35AE, and the reveal is already sending shockwaves through the global defense industry. Chinese state media recently released footage of the aircraft carrying export markings. Something analysts believe strongly suggests that at least one foreign customer may already be preparing to acquire the jet. For years, China's stealth fighter ambitions were focused primarily on domestic military power. But now, Beijing appears ready to challenge the dominance of the United States and Russia in the global stealth fighter market. And among all the countries being discussed as potential buyers, one nation stands out more than any other: Pakistan. According to multiple defense reports, military analysts, and international aviation observers, Pakistan is increasingly being viewed as the most likely first international customer of the J-35 stealth fighter. While no official confirmation has yet been made public, the possibility is becoming harder to ignore. The military relationship between China and Pakistan has expanded rapidly over the past decade, and the J-35 could become the next major chapter in that strategic partnership. The J-35 itself represents one of China's most advanced military aviation projects ever developed. The aircraft officially entered service with the Chinese People's Liberation Army Air Force and the Chinese Navy in 2025. Within the Chinese Air Force, the J-35 serves as a lighter, more flexible counterpart to the larger J-20 stealth fighter. Meanwhile, the naval variant has been designed specifically for carrier operations aboard China's growing fleet of aircraft carriers. What makes the export version particularly interesting is that its engine layout appears to resemble the naval variant more closely than the standard Air Force version. Some analysts believe this could indicate that the launch export customer requested specific modifications for operational flexibility or future naval compatibility. Whatever the reason, the appearance of a fully configured export model confirms that China is no longer treating the J-35 as a domestic-only platform. Currently, only two fifth-generation fighters have ever been successfully exported worldwide. The first is the American F-35 Lightning II, which has already been ordered by more than 20 countries and remains the dominant stealth fighter on the international market. The second is Russia's Su-57, which saw its first export deliveries to Algeria in late 2025. Now, China is entering this elite club with the J-35AE, and unlike previous Chinese export fighters, this aircraft may genuinely compete with the world's best. Many defense experts believe the J-35 combines advanced stealth shaping, modern avionics, powerful sensors, long-range missile capability, and lessons learned from the J-20 program into a single platform. Some reports even suggest that the aircraft could possess stronger air-to-air combat potential than both the F-35 and Su-57 in certain scenarios, although these claims remain difficult to independently verify. Still, the rapid progress of China's aerospace industry has surprised military analysts repeatedly over the last decade. And this is exactly where Pakistan enters the conversation. Pakistan already operates several advanced Chinese combat systems, including the JF-17 Thunder and the J-10C multi-role fighter. The Pakistan Air Force has spent years integrating Chinese radar systems, weapons, maintenance infrastructure, pilot training, and operational doctrines into its force structure. Because of this, Pakistan is in a much stronger position than most countries to quickly adopt another Chinese aircraft platform, especially a fifth-generation stealth fighter like the J-35. The relationship between Beijing and Islamabad is also very different from China's relationships with many other defense customers. China has historically prioritized Pakistan for some of its most advanced military technologies. From fighter aircraft and missile systems to naval cooperation and drone development, the two countries already share one of the closest defense partnerships in Asia. That makes Pakistan a logical candidate to become the first export operator of the J-35. There are also strong strategic reasons behind Pakistan's potential interest in the aircraft. India has been rapidly modernizing its air force in recent years, especially through the acquisition of French Rafale fighters and the continued development of indigenous programs like the AMCA stealth fighter project. To maintain regional balance, Pakistan has been searching for ways to strengthen its own next-generation combat capabilities. A fifth-generation stealth fighter would dramatically improve the Pakistan Air Force's ability to operate in contested airspace, conduct long-range precision strikes, and challenge modern enemy fighters equipped with advanced radar systems. The J-35 could therefore become one of the most important military acquisitions in Pakistan's history if a deal is finalized. The timing is also important. The reputation of Chinese military aviation has risen sharply in recent years. The J-20 stealth fighter exceeded many Western expectations after entering operational service, while Chinese drone and missile technology has become increasingly respected worldwide. More recently, reports involving the Pakistan Air Force's J-10C fighters during clashes with India drew massive international attention. Claims that Chinese-origin aircraft may have successfully engaged advanced Indian fighters, including Rafales, further increased interest in Chinese combat aviation technology. This growing prestige benefits the J-35 directly. Countries that once viewed Chinese fighter aircraft as lower-tier alternatives are now paying far closer attention. For developing nations unable to access Western stealth fighters due to political restrictions or extremely high costs, the J-35 may become an attractive option. Still, exporting stealth fighters is never simple. Political pressure remains one of the biggest obstacles China faces. Many countries that may be interested in the J-35, such as Egypt, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, or the UAE, also maintain strong military relationships with the United States or Europe. Purchasing a Chinese stealth fighter could create diplomatic tensions, sanctions risks, or compatibility problems with Western defense systems. This is one reason Pakistan remains such an important candidate. Unlike many nations, Pakistan has already demonstrated a willingness to rely heavily on Chinese military technology even under international pressure. Its existing infrastructure is already compatible with Chinese systems, reducing integration challenges significantly. Another major factor is trust. Advanced stealth fighters require long-term cooperation involving software support, pilot training, spare parts, weapons integration, and intelligence coordination. China may prefer to export such a sensitive aircraft first to a country it considers strategically reliable, and Pakistan fits that description perfectly. If Pakistan ultimately becomes the first international customer of the J-35, the decision would carry enormous geopolitical significance. It would mark the first export of a Chinese stealth fighter, deepen the already powerful military alliance between Beijing and Islamabad, and potentially reshape the balance of air power across South Asia. More importantly, it would signal something even bigger. China is no longer simply catching up in military aviation. It is now preparing to compete directly for dominance in the future of global air combat.